But it's a beautiful day to be alive. Thank you very much for enjoying the Chaz podcast. It was fucking great having him come to your house with his son Dante, Mike, me. It was fucking great. It was really awesome, guys. It was a great experience. I've been speaking to him for a while, and we finally put it together. I'm going to go on his podcast in June. He starts back up. We're going to do like 2 episodes. So that's where we're at. You know, it's great to have somebody like that you could, you know, learn from for a little while. That guy's seen it all. That guy struggled. That guy, you know. It's funny, somebody reminded me of one of his early movies, and now I got to fucking watch it because it's one of my favorite movies, The Last Motherfucking Dragon. With
That's my shit right there.
Do you like that too? I love that movie. Bruce Leroy, Bruce Leroy and the Shogun of Harlem and shit. That's a great fucking movie. I gotta see it again. I saw that in the movie theater. That's how old Uncle Joe.
All over the body.
Oh shit! Fucking Vanity's in it with her non-acting ass. Vanity, Mike Clark, Mike Starr. Fuck, a lot of people in that goddamn movie. In fact, I saw that kid my first night in L.A. I walked into fucking the Comedy Store, and I saw him talking to Eddie Griffin, the star of that movie, Bruce Leroy. I almost fucking died. But anyway, with all that aside, today we have a guest, Ricky Williams. I don't know if you remember him from the Miami Dolphins. Great guy. We had to do a Zoom. He's in L.A. I'm in Jersey. But it was pretty interesting. It got me thinking because I didn't take care of myself till, like, as a human being. Like, I didn't know what was, listen, we don't know what the fuck's going on. You know, you eat, you go to the gym, you fucking sleep, and every week somebody talks to you about carbs, this. I didn't know what was going on. But I didn't start taking care of myself mentally till I was like 31 years old. When I started, I don't know, when I got out of fucking jail, I had some doubts about myself and whatnot. Those 2 years that I had from like 89 to 91, looking back on those years, I fucking struggled a lot. I mean, once I got on stage, that took half the fucking, you know, like when you want to do something and you don't do it. With comedy, I wanted to do it so bad, but I didn't have the balls to do it. So by the time I got to do it, it was such a weight off my fucking shoulders. And I saw where all this shit that I was going through was coming from because I would not go on stage for some reason or another. And if I sit down and really talk to you guys about what made me go on stage, it was clarity. Because I wasn't clear. Like I wasn't, I wanted to be a stand-up. I didn't have my goals situated. I wanted to be a stand-up comic. That was it. I didn't have what level, what degree. I didn't know what I wanted to get into. But the defining moment for me was when I was lost. I was lost as a human being, man. And I don't know, after prison, after I got married and separated, that separation in 91, really, it just fucked with my head, guys. It just made me look in for the first time ever. And I had seen the things I'd done. I had remembered the kidnapping and all that shit. And I figured, you know, this is maybe a religious matter. So I looked in my religious fucking life and I said, oh shit. When I got into that altercation with Sister Hyacinth in the 5th grade, I got thrown out and I never made my confirmation. And my confirmation is basically the Holy Spirit for you non-Catholics and whatever the fuck you are. Yes, I'm a Catholic geek. So what did I do at the age of fucking 31 after I made my I got on stage? I went for my confirmation. Oh, I did it before I went on stage. Yeah, I did it before I went on stage. I went for my confirmation. And that entered the spirit in me. But guess what? I didn't feel dick. If he entered me, he had a little dick. I didn't feel nothing. I was still a little bit less lost. And my brother, my friend, a dear friend of mine that took care of me, his name was Martinelli. That was the last name. He was working at a kitchen at Naropa Institute in Boulder. And I went over to bullshit with him one day to get a fucking free meal because I was a comic and I was broke. He would tell me, come by, get a free lunch. And, you know, it was a vegan place, but I still went in there, ate 7-grain bread and, you know, all that shit because it's free. You got to eat what the fuck is free, you know. So I looked at one of the catalogs from the school while I was sitting in his restaurant at a table. And they had some pretty interesting courses, man. And I went to see a speaker there. That was my first experience there. I went to see a speaker. I forget what the guy's name is. If I showed you his picture, you know, He's like a fucking well-known. I went to see 2 guys there, but this was the first one. And it was kind of hippie-ish. I didn't think I belonged there, but the dude was speaking my type of shit. He was talking about spirituality and how you have to connect and all this shit. And I was lost, man. I was like, I don't know what the fuck this dude's talking about. I smoke reefer. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. So I signed up for a walking meditation class, and they taught me how to breathe. It was Monday nights. I'll never forget this. And I would go there. You got to take your shoes at the door. You got to like fucking do something around the thing. And then you would have to have a thought and walk around. I never forgot this stuff, guys. I thought it was so interesting to me. And I did it for a couple of weeks, and it got me by. And you know what? It got me over the hump. And then I didn't look back into that ever again. Like I just go, oh, I'm cooking with gas now. I don't really have to take care of myself. Yeah, we all do this shit, you know. Oh, if once I hit 200 pounds, you know, and then we hit 200, we don't go back to the gym. Once you get your blue belt, you don't go back to jiu-jitsu. You know, there's so many fucking things that. So from 92 to 95, it was to get my head back. You know, it was the first time ever I felt kind of weird in the mornings. And what I was going through last year when I moved here was this. I kept telling people, it feels like when I got divorced. I was lost. I didn't have an anchor. And man, when you don't have an anchor and you're fucking lost and you just get up and like I had, at that time, yeah, I was fucking into, you know, writing stuff down, like my schedule. And I was doing everything I could to take care of myself that way. But the mind was where, and I always had reefer. But the problem with the reefer was that I was doing cocaine. And that, the reefer nothing works when you're doing cocaine. Nothing works. But that's what I got into. And then when I got into comedy, I said to myself, you know what? I can't even think about the spiritual world anymore because I'm going broke. I'm going broke. I got to get on the road. I got to do shit. So then you go on the road and I committed to cocaine. I said, fuck it. I'm not going to go with this shit feeling wounded. I'm just going to do cocaine till whatever. And I never even looked at myself again till I was 44 years old. And that's when, you know, I had to go to Weight Watchers. I had to, you know, and I never really spoke to anybody. But that's when I realized all the things that go together for you to do your job the right way. You know, last year I wasn't doing my job, and I'm still not doing my job the right way because I'm not 100% yet. But I'm getting there every day, and I do the same shit every day to take care of myself, my mind. I don't put no pressure on myself. I journal. I do a lot of fucking things, but the reefer helps.